Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What have we got today? Well, it would seem we've got some more rumours about Disney. Now, look, with respect to this, take it with a massive pinch of salt. Who knows whether this is true? I doubt this is true. Like, I genuinely doubt this is true. Completely, in fact. But I think it's important to talk about what if, maybe, so on and so forth. And if it is true, hey, look, I'd hold my hands up and say, yeah, you know, I was wrong. But basically, the new rumour indicates that George Lucas is going to be replacing Kathleen Kennedy and launch the Star Wars verse. Now, I think I'll kind of explain like why I think this is false or could be complete nonsense. I mean, first and foremost, you know, he's invested in it. Yes, he's interested in it, but he did sell it. I think I doubt George Lucas is going to be the man to return and launch, you know, a Star Wars verse. I mean, he launched Star Wars anyway. So to say that he's going to launch a Star Wars verse or a Star Wars universe just seems, I don't know, it almost seems moronic. I think firmly the best, potential truth to, a replacement for Kathleen Kennedy is going to be someone like Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni. I mean, that seems to be the trajectory of their careers, right? I mean, you only have to look at the fact that they are now working on more projects, they're overseeing more things to do with Star Wars TV, so on and so forth. You know, George Lucas coming back? Why? Why would he come back? He's got billions. You know, why would he? Why would he come back? So this article will be linked down below, but let's check it out and get into the kind of nitty-gritty of the rumour, who it came from, and so on and so forth. So the new rumour indicates that George Lucas will replace Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy and launch a new era of Star Wars called the Star Wars verse. I mean, even the name itself seems nonsense, doesn't it? A Star Wars verse. Now, the rumour itself comes from YouTuber Doomcock, which I always find funny. Saying that name's always hilarious to me. But like I say, and even this individual as well says that, yeah, take it with a pinch of salt, which I completely agree. I mean, I doubt that this is going to be the case. So Doomcock prefaces this new rumour saying, as with all of these rumours originating inside Disney and or Lucasfilm, I cannot independently confirm what I am telling, what I'm about to tell you. So he says, I urge you to regard all of what follows as rumour and take it with a grain of salt. I would say take it with a fistful of salt, maybe even a truckful to the face, so you can end up like a shriveled slug. Now, basically, so he gets into the meat of the rumour. Specifically, one of his agents asked one of our informants, are the rumours about Kathleen Kennedy leaving BS, or is there something to it? And then he said, no, it's most assuredly not BS. We know she's leaving. That's been confirmed for about a year or so. We even had confirmation of when she's leaving. So I don't really understand why this is even up for debate. We knew that she was going to be leaving inevitably at some point. And she has like a tenure. It was extended, but then it's been announced that she's leaving at the end of this current tenure. So I mean, maybe it's going to change, but I don't. Why are we even debating the fact that she's leaving? It seems nonsensical. It's not even a rumor. Like it's confirmed, right? I mean, am I wrong? Just me? No. So anyway, he then goes on and says, my source then asked the question point blank, is Kathleen Kennedy gone? And the informant replied, yes, Disney and Kathleen Kennedy have come to an arrangement, and Kathleen Kennedy will soon be departing from Lucasfilm. Again, we knew this. We literally knew this. So he goes, indeed, in practical terms, she is already effectively out. Now, that's not what we knew, but we already knew that she was leaving, right? She was going to be leaving at the end of the tenure. I think it was next year, 2021. That's confirmed by legit sources like the Hollywood Reporter and things like that, all completely confirmed. Now, Doomcock then goes on and says, my source requested details regarding what the terms of this arrangement effectively are, but this informant refused to elaborate. Now, apparently, Kennedy's going to join Bad Robot, which is, I don't know. But then, he does say specifically, you should take this with a truckload of salt, sprinkled on saltwater taffy with anchovies. So basically, this is probably nonsense. And, he says that I've been informed by another source that Kathleen Kennedy is in talks with Bad Robot to begin destroying things for them, which is obviously, funny because Kathleen Kennedy destroys things for a living. Apparently things that she loves and apparently knows all about. George Lucas to return. Now, this is what I say, complete trash. He says, the really big news here is a rumour I received 10 days ago. Disney wants George Lucas to take the reins from Kathleen Kennedy and save Star Wars. Are they desperate enough for that? No. You'd have thought, right? So let's put it this way. You'd have thought that if they were desperate enough to do that, they would have had George Lucas come in to do, directing and sort of editorial work on things like The Mandalorian, right? Something low-key that they didn't really care that much about. So they can kind of give it to him and, just see, how the fans respond to his particular visions on a smaller scale for Disney anyway. And I know that may sound like blasphemy because, of course, it's George Lucas and things like that. But, the prequels weren't particularly well liked and, everyone's obviously regaling him now, but it's Disney. They would be playing it safe. And they didn't. That's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. So Doomcock goes on to say that, yes, my friends, 10 days ago I received the following rumour from my source. Disney investors have been trying to get George Lucas back for a few months now. Up until a few weeks ago, Lucas would change the subject when asked about returning, avoiding the topic or responding in a non-committal way. He would continue further and says, well, about 3 weeks ago they asked Lucas point blank, what would it take you to get on board with heading up Lucasfilm? There's definitely some sort of comedic element there, surely, isn't there? Hey, George Lucas, what will it take for you to come back to head up the company that you made and then sold to us? But allegedly, George Lucas said this: if I were to return, I have 4 conditions that would have to be met. Condition 1, I get to make my sequel trilogy. Condition 2, I have full creative power until I decide to hand it off. Condition 3, Kathleen Kennedy is gone. Condition 4, Disney agrees to never ever mess with the original trilogy, leaving it untouched. He put Kathleen Kennedy in control. He suggested Kathleen Kennedy. Why would he say that Kathleen Kennedy is gone? Right? George Lucas, what? George Lucas put Kathleen Kennedy in charge. Didn't he? I'm fairly certain he did. Anyway, whatever. Basically, reportedly, Lucas closed out with the communication with none of this is negotiable. Basically saying, hey, this is what it is, or piss off and do one. And allegedly, the sources were told that the response to George's ultimatum was, so when do you start? I think this is total nonsense. So apparently the future structure is that, the current proposal is George Lucas would be the head of Lucasfilm. Jon Favreau would be put in charge of developing original content for Disney+, while a third, as yet unnamed person, would be put in charge of movie production at Lucasfilm. So what's George Lucas doing then? Especially if his conditions are, I do my sequel trilogy, I do this, and I have creative power. But that doesn't make any sense. Someone's in charge of movie production. What? Yeah, whatever. It's such nonsense. This rumour really is. I firmly believe this to be nonsense. All of these people, ultimately under the authority of Lucas, would set in motion a new era for Star Wars, the Star Wars verse. Not the most inspired name, I know, but that's how allegedly it's being referred to internally at the moment. However, Doomcock also threw a wrench into the above rumours when he detailed that a separate source told him that Lucas is happy with his life at the moment. A brand new source, a source who claims to actually know Lucas, and I'm not going to say anything about this source, tells me that Lucas is happy with his life at the moment. Of course he is. He's got billions. He doesn't care. He gives most of his stuff to charity. He's a great guy. And he goes, is he unhappy with what Disney has done with Star Wars? Does it keep him up at night like it keeps us up? The source claims no, it doesn't, and he'd like it to be fixed, yes, but this source expressed skepticism that Lucas would want that much responsibility at this point in his life. Yeah, this is total nonsense. In the opinion of this new source, Lucas might consult, might even write scripts for these new endeavours, but wouldn't want to be personally involved. While on the other hand, the source I cited previously tells me Lucas made 4 conditions for his return, and those who were negotiating with him on Disney's behalf agreed to those conditions and asked when you can start. This other source disagrees. I think it is nonsense. But I hand it on over to you. What do you think? Are you one of these people that buy into these rumours? Again, I'm not slating where these rumours came from at all. I'm just reciting them and giving my opinion with hopefully a little bit more of an informed stance on it with respect to the fact that Jon Favreau's there and Dave Filoni's there. It just screams nonsense to me. But again, Who knows? Head on over to you. What do you think? Let me know down below. Guys, there was a flash video made yesterday, I believe it was, but the mic was utterly atrocious. I am out on the go at the moment, hence no video. I'm actually making my film, so yeah, a little bit busy and no camera, and the microphone wasn't set up appropriately, so I deleted the video. I do apologise, guys, but it is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. I don't want to provide you shit quality content. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Take care.